say good morning, but it's like in the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, you'll probably never see me in the morning unless you're up at like an odd hour morning because I recently found out like I tried to do the whole get up early, go to bed early kind of thing and like have an entire day schedule. But that's not me. It don't work. I tried it. I did try. But I don't know. I think it lasted like a few days and then I got screwed up and I'm like, no, can't do it. So, because I'm more of like a night owl. So, like I used to be a morning person when I was real little, but not anymore. So I've been I really need my Skinny Brew. Like I have coffee, but this isn't my Skinny Brew. And actually, I don't even know why I bother with regular coffee because I actually get like an upset stomach from drinking regular coffee now. Like when I say like, you know, like when you make the switch to Skinny Brew, it really is like the best coffee for you in like every single way. And yeah, now that if I don't have some on hand, and then I find some just like regular coffee, just my body don't like it at all. Also, it's not like great tasting compared to Skinny Brew. So there's that too. And also, obviously, it like doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't give me energy or anything. Obviously, I've drank like half of it and I'm still yawning. Like personally, I have like very high caffeine tolerance, like extremely high caffeine tolerance. So the caffeine just like it burns instantly out of me for drinking. So yeah, regular coffee doesn't do anything for me. Whereas, like I can actually like drink 4 cups of coffee and be perfectly fine. And if it's regular cups of coffee, they still don't do anything. Like even espresso. Okay, this is the difference between espresso and Skinny Brew. Also, it's like highly recommend not drinking that much of espresso. It's really bad for you actually if you drink too much of it. But like at least a regular person. If you have like extremely high tolerance to it, then you're probably fine. But still, it won't help you with anything. But there was one time I was working. I think it was opening night of the Avengers Endgame. So back when I was working at the theaters. And I used to always drink like Starbucks back then, and see like when you think about it, it's like people want to say like they don't want to buy my coffee because they think it's like there goes, you know, the money and stuff. But ours is like way more budget friendly than other people, like what they're already doing. But they don't think about it because they don't add things up. So let's see, at Starbucks, like just a regular coffee, like nothing fancy or anything, just a regular coffee drip coffee, you know, like just their day of coffees kind of thing, is $3.30 for a venti, which is the large, which is funny because it's like whoever came up with Starbucks, I forget who that person was, but whoever started Starbucks, you know, they obviously don't know their Spanish and stuff because they call the large a venti, but they call the medium a grande. Y'all don't know your languages. But anyway, I still thought it was funny. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, anyways, the venti at Starbucks just for a regular coffee is $3.30, which is crazy. And then, you know, obviously, like, if you get, like, frappes, like a venti frappe usually averages, like, if you don't customize it or anything, it's usually about $6. And then macchiatos and all of that, are, let's see, iced coffee, like, you know, like those flavored coffees are about $4 to $5, and then macchiatos are about the same, $4 to $5. And it's like people don't realize, like, you keep going, you know, and that's like most people, like, they go there every day, you know, and it's like maybe it might not be Starbucks, it might be another coffee shop, but still, you know, things add up. You whereas our coffee, you know, it's literally like $40. Now it's actually cheaper with our sale. I'm not gonna, it's too early for me to do math, especially on the top of my head. But yeah, it's cheaper than that for, like, you know, or it's basically about like $35 for a month's supply at the moment. Yeah, about $33.50 about $33.50 for like half a month, like it's going. So it's basically, it's $69 for like a month supply when it usually retails at $132. So huge difference there. And like our normal 40%, like what us distributors get, like you guys get an extra deal, whereas like us distributors get it at what is it called? $79 a month. So you guys get like $10 off from that, and then a whole lot more from the retail. Again, not doing math at this moment. But what do you call it? Yeah, like, and then, you know, it's like if you're spending an average, depending on if you're getting regular coffee, or, you know, a special coffee, you're averaging like anywhere from, because if people get regular coffee, like I know people, like they'll actually end up getting 2 cups, you know, like one in the afternoon, or even if they get one regular and one like special drink or something, they still get 2 cups of coffee a day from Starbucks. So it's like you're averaging about $9 to $12 of coffee a day from coffee shops, right? And that adds up to like what is 9 times? I don't know. But it's like basically like around $100, you know, or something. I don't know. Like 100, let's just say $100 a month, give or take. Okay. You're okay spending that over, you know, a whole month, but you don't want to spend a one-time of $69 for coffee that actually helps you. It's not only good for your health, like it's 100% natural and plant-based. It gives you instant, long-lasting energy, and that's where I was actually going with this, was So the one night at the theaters when it was open night, like just regular days there is like a lot of work, but then you get an open night and for a movie for like a high popularized movie, then it's like exponential. Literally, I was being tossed around in like 4 different positions throughout the night. I was like literally having to literally run through crowds all across the theater to help different people, and also on top of my own work for the night. Like, so, yeah, it was fun. Definitely got exercise at night. Not that I lost any weight. Like, that's another thing about why. But that night, so I became friends with the Starbucks people downstairs. And so a lot of times I would get, free drinks or something, or like free add-ons or whatever. Like, it may have been free, but before that, like before I became friends with them, I was actually like buying all this stuff, and I would get, like I needed, I thought I needed, but even though it still didn't do anything for me, I would still I love Starbucks drinks. So, but I was being an idiot and wasn't like, oh, hello, it's adding up, no wonder my money's going down the drain. But yeah, so, there was this one night where I literally had, so as you can see, I'm like, there's like so many different points to this. The first one I was getting to was the espresso. Like, I literally, I got 2 different drinks that night, and I had 7 shots of espresso total that night. Yeah. That would probably send a normal person to the ER. But me, because I'm high, like extremely high caffeine tolerance, I was perfectly fine. But honestly, I feel like it just like, it drained me rather than do anything to help, right? But I was just like, yep, I'll take that. Like, I need that, even though it didn't help me. But yeah, so like, normally, like, I got the second drink for free that night. The first drink, I had the 2 extra shots for free. But if I didn't get any of that, like if I wasn't friends with them, and I didn't get any of that for free, like that would have been a total of, let's see. The first one was a nitro with 2 added shots. That was like, I don't remember prices. I was around like $6 or so, if I was paying that, like all of it. But I just paid for like the normal drink and then got 2 extra shots for free. But that would have been like around $6, give or take. And then later on that night, I got like the whole drink for free. But it would have been a total of, and it's so sad that Starbucks like shut down. But yeah, I still keep in touch with my friends from there. What's it called? Let's see. It was a vanilla bean frap with 4 shots. Powdered cinnamon, which that's free, but and I think a banana. It's actually really good. And caramel drizzle on the side. Although I don't go with one round of drizzle because, like, the normal way they do it, they go twice around and it's, like, too much drizzle. Like, no, I don't need all that sugar. But, like, just, like, a little bit to enhance it. It's, like, really nice. Plus, I love caramel, but, like, that fake sugary caramel is, like, too much. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so like that would have been around, let's see, that's a cheaper frap, so it's more like $5 instead of $6. Then you add the banana, that's like an extra, because add-ons I think are 50 cents, and then the espresso shots are 60 cents. So that would have been a total of like $5.50 plus 4 shots. Basically 5, 6, 7, 8. Around like $9+ just for that one drink. But yeah, and some people actually pay for drinks like that, which is crazy. I don't get it. Like why would you spend that much money on something that's like bad for your health, doesn't help you in any way? In fact, there's more downsides to benefits. But yeah, like I know people who like do that every single day, and it's like, and then they wonder why they're broke, like me, where I used to be. Yeah, so like, to the whole thing, yeah, like I said, like that, and it's like, yeah, I drank all those shots, but it didn't help me one bit. In fact, it did the opposite a little bit. But I think just the rush of the night was like helping me to like stay barely awake. Oh, and then I also like had a nice walk home that night. So like the cool breeze like helped keep me awake, even though I was like about to fall asleep. But like with our skinny brew, just 1 cup in the morning and I am good for the entire day. Also, I feel like exercising. Like I'm someone like I hate exercising. But if I have a cup of skinny brew, I'm like I actually want to exercise. And I don't get like tired or feel like muscle aches while I'm exercising if I have a cup of skinny brew. And for me, it's like, even if I do exercise, I don't lose weight from it. In fact, I actually gain weight from exercising. It's like a whole thing with my DNA. I don't know. But if I have the skinny brew, you know, it actually helps burn off the fat that I have. Like we all have like natural like fat that like we need, you know, it's like underneath the layer of skin like that. Like we do all need fat. Unless you want to be anorexic, which is unhealthy and you can potentially die from that. So like no, like we do need fat, but there is such thing as too much fat. And also another thing I learned is that, because I have like tried to like starve myself before and do like diets and stuff back in like, you know, when I was younger, and like I literally starved because I'm like I just like I had very low self-esteem and I didn't, you know, and I just wanted better body and stuff, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try anything, and even if it hurt me, you know. And the thing about like people don't understand about starving yourself is that the fat that you do have, you're not gonna lose it because your body's going to defend itself, and it's actually going to keep that fat to try and sustain itself, you know, as long as it can. So yeah, that's why it's not going anywhere, because it needs that sustenance. And little by little, it'll actually just like eat your fat, but then it's staying there, you know, it's just reproducing itself. So that's why, like, you can't lose weight from starving yourself, unless it's from, like, an extremely long time part, you know, or if you're, like, sick weight, yeah, and then it's, like, that's, like, both of them not good, because then there are people that become anorexic from it, and that's just, you know, obviously, like I said, that's not good for you. So, yeah, thing with our stuff is, like, it's the first thing, the first and only thing that I found that actually works to help lose healthy weight. You know, like, lose weight and still be healthy, and also, like, help me get fit, and just with my health in general. That's another thing. Like, I used to take these pills for migraines, like, and obviously, you know, that's another thing. There's, like, so much. I'm like, you know, like, I've always felt that way. It's like they just want to throw pills at you and, you know, like, come in and have a checkup, and, you know, so you have to pay this co-fee, you know, to, like, and all that stuff. Like, basically, we live in a society that just wants to make money from everybody. And that's not right, you know? It's like, let's start helping each other. But there was this one nurse on YouTube that I saw, and she basically explained this, like, all this stuff. You know, it's like you have, like, there's, like, the certain thing wrong with you, and then doctors just want to throw meds at you. She was like, why are we taught to just throw meds at people instead of, like, here's actually some natural stuff that you can do to help you, you know? No, let's just throw meds at them, and keep them coming back and not actually help them. But that's the thing, it's like, I had, like, because I was born with chronic migraines, and finally in junior year of high school, when I was, like, going through all these different things with my health, first of all, I took them, like, they kept saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. And then my parents and my grandparents were like, oh, she's faking it and stuff. And then a couple months later, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that's what's wrong with you. And then it would just continue. And then one of the things that was wrong with me was they finally figured out, like, oh, my migraines were back, you know, and they were like the worst they've ever been. And then so they threw pills at me, and they're like, oh, these are supposed to prevent the migraine from even coming. Yeah, it didn't work at all, like, anything. It didn't prevent them from coming, and it didn't help take them away when they did come. And then finally I was like, just recently, I think this year, like, I was like, you know what, once this is gone, I'm not buying anymore, like, no. And it's funny because I didn't hear anything from my new doctor asking me, like, why I stopped taking them or whatever. But it's fine. It's like, I don't care. You don't need to know. Like, it's my health, like, my money. Like, I'm actually going to do stuff that helps me. And when I started, you know, drinking the Skinny Brew back when I started the business, back last year in April, so it's been a little over a year now. Like, and slowly, you know, over time, as I, like, was consistently started drinking the Skinny Brew and stuff, like, my migraines went away. Like, at first it was like I would get a migraine, but the Skinny Brew would take it away. And then pretty soon it's like I stopped having migraines, like, at all. Like, even headaches. Like, I don't really deal with that much anymore. Like, I had a small migraine, was that recently. But obviously I need to order more Skinny Brew. So yeah, I didn't, but it was like a small one. It wasn't like, oh wait, no, that was literally just last night. See, I never said, I can't even think. Yeah, I had one, like, but it wasn't like detrimenting, you know, like normally they would be. So yeah. I don't know. yeah, and then also like, honestly, there's just so much to it. I could go on and on and on for days talking about it. But yeah, yeah. So basically, I was getting at, I don't even know why I drink this, because this regular coffee makes me sick. But I'm just like, I want that taste of coffee, even though it's not that great. Yeah, I want my skinny brew. But yeah, I think I did. Yeah, as I mentioned, we do have a limited time sale going on, which is an even better deal than what us distributors get. So if you wanted to take advantage of that, or if you wanted to try a sample, let me know. And I can help you with that. It's actually better if you just message me instead of commenting on this live, because I have to rewatch like the entire video to see when comments come up, which is ridiculous, but that's how it works. Yeah, you can't just like go in and look at that comment that it shows on the regular page. Like once you click into it, then it starts playing the video from start to finish. So yeah. Facebook needs to get their head together. Also with the Messenger. Like, what is it with the Messenger? I hate that. Like, I literally just found yesterday messages from, like, the beginning of this year. And I've even found, like, you know, from last year. And I'm like, I'm so sorry I'm late responding to you, because Messenger is stupid. Like, it really is. They just keep pushing messages down if you know, and it's like, it takes me a while to get back to everyone, because I'm like, I literally have nonstop messages. So if I like don't get back to you for like a year, I am so sorry. Like, you should just follow up with me, because I have a million people to get back to, and I'm like, I try to like start, you know, because I'm like, I know I saw one, so yeah. They should put the unread one to the top. Am I right? But yeah. Anyways, so I apologize if there is still someone out there I have not gotten back to you, and you see this, please just message me again, because and that's just for everyone in the future. Like if I'm not responding to you within a few days, then obviously Messenger pushed your message to the bottom of my messages, and I apologize. But yeah, that's why when I get into messages, I try to get like all of them done without getting out of there. But yeah, and that's like another thing. You'll be like on a certain section, and then you'll like respond to a message, and then it'll push you all the way back to the top. And I'm like, can you not? I was in my spot where I wanted to be. But yeah, anyways, so I gotta get some breakfast, even though it's like dinner time, which if any of y'all don't know, that's between lunch and dinner. But yeah, for me it's breakfast, because I start my days in the afternoon, and end them anywhere from 2:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. So that's like that's my day. I'm opposite. Basically, I'm like a nurse. You know, I'm an ER nurse. Yep. I could totally be an ER, like, and function perfectly fine and not even need a nap, because that's just my natural time that I'm like, you know, ready for anything. But yeah. So if there's like a day, like Saturdays are like, actually no, like they used to be, like my mom used to like pick me up at like 7 a.m. and then I would take her to her job, and then I would go Costco shopping, and then we figured out that it's smarter for me to just go, because in the morning she works until late, and then I would go to Kalihi, then obviously I have to go back and pick her up and then take her to another job, and then it was just like, that makes no sense, because in the evening she works evening, she works in Hawaii Kai, and obviously there's Costco right there. So I was like, you know, it makes more sense for me to just go shopping over there. So then she started just picking me up at like the afternoon. So yeah, which this coming week, if I need to go shopping, because like this past Sunday, one of the guys at church brought everything, both snacks and drinks, when normally the person who brings snacks will just bring snacks and then we'll bring drinks, but he decided to bring everything, which was super nice. And I actually ended up not going to church this week, so I don't even know what he brought. But I did just watch Kyle's message that they had on Sunday, which was a really good message. I liked it. We're basically going through Acts at the moment as a church, and the past few weeks we've had different speakers because our pastor is on vacation on the mainland. So yeah, first we had John, who ended up bringing the snacks this past Sunday, and then there was Petey, and then this one from just this Sunday was Kyle, who is the brother of our pastor. And then I think next week our pastor should be back. Because I think they were only supposed to go on for like 3 weeks. But who knows? So yeah, it's been nice to like see different and hear from different people. But we've been going through Acts, and then this past week it was Acts 4. And Kyle, you know, spoke about what is that called? Yeah, like Peter and John, like it's right after, you know, they healed the lame beggar. And then the Pharisees, or not Pharisees, Sadducees, you know, like heard about that happening, how they like killed him and stuff. So they threw him in jail, and then like the next day when because it was at night, and then the next day when they were actually like on trial or something, I don't know, you know, like yeah. They, you know, were asked, you know, like obviously how they're doing and stuff like that, and like they obviously already knew, you know, but like we live in a sinful world that even though they you know about Christ and stuff, they don't want to actually like full on admit it and like believe in all that stuff. And yeah, so, you know, obviously Peter, you know, said like it wasn't us, it was by the power of Jesus Christ and stuff, and that's basically what he like talked about and stuff, you know, like the power in the name of Jesus. And yeah, the only thing I don't like about our sermons online is like they only show the sermon part, whereas like back in the beginning when we were like in lockdown last year, and they started the whole online thing, they would show worship, but they don't show the worship now, so I'm like, I don't like that. Like I want to see the worship. But yeah, anyways, like I said, should probably get something to eat, and then get on with my day. Today is Tuesday. Okay, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Tuesday. I will be seeing the little one tomorrow. Gonna go babysit. Love my Wednesdays. It's honestly like, like people don't normally like have that as like their favorite day of the week, but like me, obviously Sundays are like my number one favorite day of the week, which sucks that I missed church. Like I hate missing church, but I couldn't, like, your girl had her monthly friend visiting, and I get really sick when my monthly friend visits, so yeah. Hate it. Sometimes I really hate being a girl. But oh well. Not that I would want to be a guy. Like, no. Like, I'm glad God made me a girl. But, you know, it's like, sometimes there's those times I'm like, I wish this part of me did not exist. But, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, get to see the little one tomorrow. Hopefully it's nice and sunny. So we can go to the park. And, oh, yeah, hopefully he's feeling better. Like, him and his brother had, like, a little cold and stuff, so, poor thing. Yeah, hope they're feeling better. So we can actually go to the park, too. Because I don't like really taking him out, or like if he's not feeling good, because, you know, obviously that's not smart, so they're just gonna not feel well even more. So yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with me at the moment, and I hope you all have an amazing day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.